Hey, welcome back to the channel. So I'm going to show you guys what I'm doing for Christmas, and look at my sewing room. That's my floor right now because I have been pumping out some Christmas gifts. So I'm going to eventually sweep all this up, but look, my trash can's overfilling. Some of that's not even trash. Okay, guys, you want to see what I'm working on? I am making, let me get one to show you. Making these cute little candy boxes. My hand comparison is about the size of my hand. I'm going to fill it full of like fudge, just different kinds of Christmas candy, and give them out because I have a lot of people I want to give something to. So I've been making these cute little Christmas boxes. You guys, it's so simple. So I think what I'm going to do, let me show you what I start off with. I start off with this. Okay, let me try to explain this pretty good to you guys. Okay, I start off with a front and back piece. I've already got these clipped together, but I start off with the one piece, and that's going to be the piece that I want to be on the outside of it. And like this is the inside that kind of matches it. And then this piece is a liner, because if I don't put a liner in there, the boxes won't stand up good. So it takes but I tried it with batting. Batting is too thick. You can't sew them very well at all with the batting in there. So, and these pieces are 16 inches by 16 inches. So they're square pieces. You don't have to do them perfectly or precise or anything. So I'm going to try to put one of these together and show you guys how it goes together. Really simple. And if you've got a sewing room and some scrap fabric, let me pick this up off the floor, and some scrap fabric, just know that, you can see me, just know that you can throw these together in just a few minutes. And if you forgot somebody, just quickly run in and throw one of these boxes together, and you can put something in it, make some cookies or something, put it in there. I bought some Christmas tissue paper. I'm going to just line it with, I'm just going to line this with some tissue paper and put my candy down in there and pass those out. What a great, neat little idea. And it doesn't take that much fabric. Each box will take a 16-inch by 16-inch piece of fabric, and you'll need 3 of those. One for the lining, so it won't matter which direction you put the lining in there. And then you'll need one for one for this red part, and then one for this gold part. Okay, because I couldn't cut my pieces perfectly straight, and I tried really hard, what I've been doing, I bring the 3 sheets over to my cutting table. I've got to put right sides together on the one that I want. So that's right sides together on the ones that I'm going to be using, that you're going to see. My lining piece, it doesn't matter where I put it at all, as long as it's on the outside of one of these two. And it doesn't matter if it's right sides together or wrong sides together. It won't matter because nobody's going to see that piece. Okay, and the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take this over to my ironing board, and I'm going to iron this out one more time. Okay, so I gave all 3 of these a quick pressing real quick. What I'm going to do next, I'm going to line up one edge. Okay, I'm not going to worry about the other edges. I just want one edge to be lined up really good. And I'm going to clip it. I just used the little fabric clips, and I'm going to clip these together. Let me get some more clips. Okay, so I'm clipping these, and these are right now the ones I'm clipping. It really doesn't matter, but I'm clipping right now the ones that'll be showing the fabric that I'm using on it, not my liner. Okay, so I've got that pretty much lined up really straight at the top, and it'll just matter when you go to sew it. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is put my lining here, and like I said, it doesn't matter which side I want to put this lining on. The lining can go anywhere as long as it's on the outside of one of your main fabrics. And now I'm going to add it really straight on one side. I just take my straight edge, and okay, this is what's important, you guys. It really doesn't matter how, if you have a true 16 or not. The way these boxes go together, it just does not matter. Okay, so now if you look at this, all of my edges are perfectly even. And that's going to make my sewing so much easier. The next thing I usually do, I double check one more time. Right sides of the fabric I'm using are together. And again, it doesn't matter where that liner is at. And of course, you're going to always backspace when you start. So I'm going to sew this all the way around. I am going to leave about a 3 or 4 inch opening so that I'll be able to get this opened up. Turn it right side out. So give me just one moment, guys. We have now finished that part, and I'm looking for my scissors. I'm going to trim my corners off of each one of these just because it'll give me crisper corners when I turn this right side out. So I'm going to do that real quick. And never try to leave your hole at one end. You want to put your hole somewhere kind of in the middle. It just makes it easier when you go to folding, when you go to trying to do your outside edging. Somehow ended up with these little scraps. Okay, so here's, where did it go? Somewhere, right here it is. Okay, so turn this around. So right here, usually I leave a big enough hole I can get my hand in there, but I didn't do it this time. I usually go for a far corner. I grab that corner through that hole, and I just pull it through. So simple. I'm going to get this corner out. Okay, so now what we are left with now is something that kind of looks like a pillow cover. Here's my hole. I'm just going to gently tuck that in so that it'll when I sew it now, it'll be no outside, no bad edging on it. What do you call that? So and then generally I start on this side, and I'm going to take about an eighth to a quarter inch, just as close as I can get, and I'm going to go all the way around this whole entire thing. Okay, so give me just one moment. Okay, so guys, when I flipped this wrong side out a while ago, I flipped the wrong 2 sides, which ended up putting what I was going to use for the lining on the outside instead of what I was going to use for the backing. But you know, this is kind of Christmassy looking too, so I decided instead of ripping it all out, I'm just going to leave it. So now I have this for my backing instead of the other. So when you flip them wrong side out, make sure you're pulling the right pieces. Put your hand in between the 2 you want, not in between the lining and the other one. That's what I did, and so I kind of messed this up. But we're going to still go with it. I think it'll be fine. It'll make it different than the other one, like this one that I did. Okay, now I'm ready to take this to the sewing machine, and we have a lot of folding to do. I'm going to first just press this out a little bit. Okay, so the first thing, and it won't matter which direction you got it, except that the way you want it on the outside of your basket, you want to put that and fold it like this. So this is going to be the outside of my basket. If I wanted this to be the outside of my basket, in fact, I might just do that because it is kind of different. We'll do it this way. The outside of my basket, we're going to do this, and we're folding it straight in half, okay? And then we're going to give it a good steam pressing right here, okay? And then, and it seems like this might take a little bit, but I've gotten to where I can do it pretty fast now because I've done a few of them already. You're going to steam press it the opposite direction. Now, we're going to turn it. And now we're going to do it like a half triangle. And same thing, we're going to steam it. And if it doesn't match up perfectly because your square is a little bit off from trimming it and stuff, it's perfectly fine. I have not had one mess up, and I had one earlier that was off a little more than I would have wanted it to be. So don't worry about it. It'll be fine. Okay. And I'm just steaming this. Okay. And then we're going to flip it a quarter turn. Or is that a quarter turn, half turn? Anyways, we're going the opposite. We did this way, yeah, quarter turn. And we're going this way, and we're going to do it again. And we're just going to line it up as close as we can. I always kind of hand press it a little bit to make sure there's no fabric bundled up there. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is turn it back where it's straight with us. We're not doing the triangle now. We're going to fold it back in half again. Okay, guys. Now, watch carefully. This middle, where I ironed it right here in the middle, I'm going to pick this up. Make sure it's folding good. I'm going to pick this up, and I am going to carefully move it over here to this corner. So I picked it up from the middle. I moved it to this corner. I'm just making sure everything looks good. So now we have this, I don't know what that is. Okay, now we're going to go back to that middle again. Right, there's our middle is still where it was. We're going to go back to our middle again. We're going to pick this up, right? We're going to tuck this in and then lay this back down. Okay, so now we have this square. And no, it looks confusing, so just back up the video and watch it a few times, and you'll get the hang of it. And what you want is when you open it, you've got a flap there. Can y'all see that? It's still square there. And when you open it this way, it's still just a square there, okay? And then if you open it here, you've got the inside, but what you want on the inside, you want these two triangles right here to be lined up. Okay, so those two triangles are lined up. So now I've got myself thrown off a little bit. Yeah. Okay, next thing we're going to do, that's it right there. We've got that fold done, right? Now we're going to take these two and we're going to fold these to the middle and make sure nothing's tucked in. Okay, the tripod's not working for this. But what we're doing is we're folding this flap to the middle, and you still have a little bit of a line there if you can still see it. And we're folding this flap to the middle, okay? So let me get these steam pressed down. Now I'm going to pick this I steam press these down so they're not wanting to move it right now on me. Now I'm going to flip this whole thing completely over. And on this side, we have the same thing. We're going to fold this middle in and see how it's off a little bit right there. Don't worry about that. It's not going to hurt a thing. Okay, let me go ahead and get these steam pressed. Okay, so now we have those steam pressed. Okay, what I'm going to do first, I'm going to open this flap up. And I do have a crease line here that you probably can't see on the camera. So I'm going to line this crease line up with where this crease right up here is. I'm going to just pick this up, and I'm going to fold that crease under right there like that, okay? Making sure everything feels right. So, and I'll show you again. I've got three more of these to do. I steam press it down, and this is when I use a clamp. I put the clamp kind of low because in a minute, if I have the clamp up high, it'll be in our way. Okay, so we're going to go right here. We're going to open this up. So now we have a little cone, looks like a little ice cream cone right there. We're going to fold this half underneath, not the whole thing. See, we still have the bottom. We're not folding it underneath the whole thing, just that top layer. And let me go ahead and get this steam press real quick. You probably don't have to steam press it right here, but I do. I think it makes it easier for me at the sewing machine. Okay, we're making our ice cream cone. I flipped it over so I can do the second side, okay? These are our four corners. And I'm going to fold that back under again. I'm going to give it another quick steam press. And then I'm going to clamp it again. One more time. We're going to open it up. See, I just took it and opened it up. making my ice cream cone, and then I'm folding this half of it under. Okay, next thing we have to do, guys, we're going to, like, it reminds me of making an envelope, okay? We're going to fold this down, and it looks like an envelope. Give it another steam press, and this I'm not going to clamp. I really don't need to. We're going to open it up like a book to the next page. We're going to fold this side down, and just make sure you get these kind of even with the first side that you folded, so they're all about the same, you know, they're all even. Okay. I'm going to close my book back. I'm going to flip this whole thing over, and I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to flip this down. I'm going to steam it. Give it a quick press. I'm going to open my book, and I'm going to put my fourth one down. I'm just making sure that these are all even right here, guys. Okay, and see, these things go really fast, guys. If I wasn't trying to film this, I would already have been done with it. But so what I did, I took my bar off. Most sewing machines have the bars so that you can do like sleeves and stuff, and I'm using it for this. And what I'm doing now, I'm just going to take and sew right around the edge on all four of these envelopes that we put down just a minute ago. Okay, so, and I will also, of course, do my back stitching on this. Okay, guys, so there it is. I mean, literally, these things can, if once you've got your fabric cut, you can probably get one put together in 5 to 10 minutes. It doesn't take long at all. Watch your steam iron. I have burnt myself with some steam. That steam gets pretty hot in your iron. But there you go. These will dress up and just be adorable with some tissue paper in them and a little fudge, a little divinity, maybe some chocolate chip cookies. Put something in there and pass those out to your, you know, they're great gifts. Don't spend $8 for a 10 box. That's why I started making these, because I thought, man, that's expensive. $8 for a 10 for the 10 can that won't even hold as much as what this will hold. And they were $7.97 at Walmart. So that's $80 for 10 of them. And that's what I needed. So you guys have a happy holiday. If I don't see you again, I'm sure I will, though. And we will talk to you next time on Sweet Hollow Farm Life. Have a great evening.